Hello guys, welcome back. Now in this session we are going to discuss about what actually the exploratory data analysis is, as well as we will also look into value of exploratory data analysis. So let's jump into a diagram where we will discuss about what is exploratory data analysis is and the value of the exploratory data analysis. So guys, this is where we have stopped our earlier session where we have discussed about the predictive analytics, and predictive analytics is entirely depends upon the data from the existing system. But the challenge with the predictive analytics is that it entirely depends upon the data, what input we are providing, and on the basis of that input it will forecast the information for the problem domain. So here the question comes, how do we ensure that we are ready with the correct input? And the next question is, how do we ensure that which variable is the right variable for the predictive model? So how do we ensure that? So to answer your question, here our topic of discussion comes, that is exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis is the answer for all the questions which we are having for data modeling. It helps us to answer all these questions, ensuring the best outcomes for the project. Exploratory data analysis is an approach for summarizing, visualizing, and help us to identify the important characteristics of a data set. As we have already seen in our previous part where we have learnt about data visualization tools. So in that part of the course, we have learnt about what are those plots are, how many different types of plots we are having, and each plot is having different purposes. So guys, all those plots which we have learned is the tool to perform the exploratory data analysis. In the upcoming session, we will look into all the steps which we generally perform when we are doing the exploratory data analysis. More specifically, I am talking about these steps which we are going to look into in the upcoming session, where we will discuss about all these 7 steps which is must for the exploratory data analysis steps. So now let's proceed further and let's look into another diagram which will give us more information about the exploratory data analysis. So guys, when we perform the exploratory data analysis, we generally perform it for identifying the knowledge. But to get this knowledge, to reach to this knowledge, we have to go through various steps. And the process starts with the getting the data. And once we get the data, then we have to do the problem specification with the help of that data. And you will see that this is an iterative process in each of the stages. That is an iterative process. That means once you do that, it doesn't mean that you will get the result in a very first instance. You have to perform various iteration in each of the steps while working on the project. So guys, this is the diagram of the data science project where we will follow these steps, but within these steps, the 3 steps is the part of the exploratory data analysis, and remaining 3 is the part of the predictive analytics. More specifically, I would tell that. So these 3 steps, if you talk about this one, these 3 steps is the part of the exploratory data analysis, and these 3 steps is the part of the predictive analytics that we are going to cover in the next course. Currently our focus is to get the data, process the data, and we will do all the processing to identify the right variable that will help us to do the predictive modeling. So guys, now with the help of these discussion, I am hoping that you must have understand that what is the value of exploratory data analysis. So guys, with the help of our discussion, we come to know that exploratory data analysis is valuable to the data science project since it allows to get closer to the certainty that the future result will be valid. So that means if we analyze our data correctly, then we can get the correct set of input that will be used by our predictive model, and that predictive model help us to get the accurate forecast for our future state of the domain. So guys, on this note, I am stopping over here. In the next session onwards, we are going to discuss about all the steps which we generally perform while doing the data analysis. More specifically, we are going to discuss about all these 7 steps. So guys, see you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.